Hi, it's Debbie with D.Ann's Design. I'm back with video number 2 on your Plaster and Wax book. We did some, and if you're working along with me, then you know what I'm talking about. We made some plaster covers, and I think 3 different ones yesterday. I'm going to come back with you. Yours is dry. It's now time to sand, and I use a 100 grit sandpaper on this. And I just kind of lightly start going back over my plaster. And it's going to create a mess, but kind of worth it, I'd say. I wouldn't do it. And you just start kind of lightly sanding off, you know, what you think you want off of there. You know, this is going to be cute. Like it. And you're just going to continue to rub yours out. And you can see the texture of this gauze in here. It's pretty good looking, actually. And, but yeah, you just continue rubbing yours out until you get it the way you want it to be. Sanded the amount that you wish to have it sanded. Everybody's going to be different on that, too. Okay. And then you can, after you clean up from doing this, then you will prepare to paint it. I just use an acrylic paint. You can also use an oil pastel, which works pretty good too. And then we'll have, yeah, lots of goodies to work with, it looks like in here. This is going to have some pretty good bumps. I like it. And this side here is even just pretty smooth, actually. You get the idea. You know how to sand, I suppose. And you just keep taking this down the way you want to. And then when you finish, it's a must to clean up all that dust. And that way you just don't worry about it getting into your paint, you know, and doing some harshness to that you do not want done. Okay. You can work out as much as you'd like with it. I'll set mine aside really quick and try to get some of this out. And once you finish with your sanding and your cleaning, find the brushes that you want to use. And your subject is going to be rougher, so you're kind of going to want to, it should be a bristle type brush, not a synthetic. You know, if you can come out with a real live paintbrush, you can find them in Dollar Tree too. Then you know, just something that is not going, because it will melt, and once you start burning it with wax and stuff like that, and you don't want that to happen. So if you can use some real brushes, and real brushes are really good in paints, you know, the paint itself is, it gets down into, like, your areas are going to have little deep areas, and the bristle brush is one who's really good about getting down in there. Just kind of giving you the info there. Okay. So then you're going to get that sanded, and you're going to get your area cleaned up as much as you possibly can. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab some paints. Now, I use an acrylic paint like these, and mix a lot with water. And like I said, I can also use an oil pastel. They're very good too. And you don't need anything real expensive. This works out just fine. You know, just use what you use. And then these are some more acrylics that I might use in my I know I will use. This is black, burnt umber, and burnt sienna. They're usually in my stock. I also have some chalk paint. You may have some of that. And this one here, particular one, is a little Waverly chalk paint, and it's called Crystal. Check what you have, and I don't want you going out and thinking you have to buy all this other stuff. You really don't. And I always made my own chalk paint because I paint furniture too, and so I would have plaster of Paris around so I could create more. I created a lot of the chalk paint, but it can also, it's something I would have to work on these style of books. So, see what you have. Don't jump right out there buying stuff. Now, next thing up for grabs is going to be the painting. This is, as you remember, I also had a heart that I was working out of air dry clay with, and now I've cut an oval out too because I'm thinking on this one here we might have something like that might go. I don't know. I'll think of something to put here in the center, and I thought, well, a frame might be nice. So that's what we're doing here. I'm going to watch your air dry. Sometimes it likes to curl. So as it's drying, I like to check it and see if I need to go back and kind of condense it to not curl, to stay as flat as it possibly can on here. Anyway, that's what I cut out for maybe that book over there. This is the heart that we originally cut out. I got it colored, and this is the key that I had pressed down into it. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. And then I came in with my colors, and I use a variety of colors. I use the burnt umber, the black, the burnt sienna, and cream. And then we came up with this one right here. I decided that I wanted, I just love this, where I can see that gauze coming up through there. And I decided I wanted just a little bit more on the plaster. So I mixed up just a little plaster and added in here. And then I take like the tip of a paintbrush and just start making my indentations inside of there. And then this is where my heart will end up resting, is going to be like this. Okay. And in the back of the book, it's coming out coloring more like this. It's probably a little napkin that's going to go on it. Thinking of you has been cut out and put onto watercolor book, and then or watercolor page, which is 140-pound cardstock, so it thickens it up for me real good then. And then this is the coloring that's been used for the back of the book. This particular book is going to someone who truly loves old barnwood, and things like that. So the color scheme that I was trying to catch into here is going to be an old rustic barn type of look. So that's what I put on there. So once you get your colors on there and everything's pretty well, has had time to dry out a little bit, then I have chosen a clear wax to put onto here. Now, the thing about the wax, this one is a white wax. It's a purified beeswax. It's R&F company that puts it out, and it's made in the USA. I purchased 1 pound of it. I think it's like 16 bucks. Goes a long way. A lot of women will use their little mini skillets or crock pots and things like that to try to melt their wax in. And I didn't have one. What I did have was a coffee warmer. I don't even know. My husband said he bought it for me because I was always carrying a cup of coffee around, setting it down, and it'd get, kind of cold. Usually I was out on the patio, and then I'd say, let's go check the gardens out, and my coffee would get cold. So he bought me a coffee warmer, but I never used it. Bless his heart. I never got to use it. So I thought, I'll put it up here and see if it works. It does work. I have a wide mouth mason jar that I'm going to use. I'm going to see if I can get that camera to catch any of this. There you go. Yeah. Here's a wide mouth mason jar on here. And I've got the clear wax already melted in here. Now the reason I do not want to use the yellow toned wax on this is it's just going to take away from these colors, and I really don't want that to happen. I just want it to be clear. So first thing I'm going to do is take I'm going to have to reach over here. So I don't know if you can see me or not. I hope so. Yeah, try it that way. Here again is the bristle brush. My bristle brush is kind of it's seen better days. So it's just, now it's dedicated just to wax. So I'm going to dip it into here in my wax jar a little bit. And I'm just going to start putting my wax on with the brush. As you can see, it immediately starts clouding, which is fine. I'm going to seal, and this wax will seal any exposure, anything. It's going to seal it up. Just good. And the thing about the bristle too is it will be able to get into deeper crevices, and you kind of want to seal off everything that you can. Okay. Okay, so we got that one on. Take this one. I'm going to put my wax down here on this one. And see how it turns it. You can start seeing it go into a white zone. Get down into your crevices. Oops, which is what this is about on this brush. Okay. Got that one on there. Go ahead and try to do this also. Let's see if it'll take it. It should be able to withstand the heat. I've never done this on air dry, so we're going to see how it performs together, and hopefully it'll come out good. We'll see. Okay, so what you're going to do after this, you're going to see your wax is pretty well set up on this now. Okay, and you're going to get your embossing heat tool, is what I'm using. You do not want this to get too awful hot, and you never want this to get too hot, or it will scorch your wax, and you really don't want to have scorched wax. So it's going to be kind of really antique, I suppose, at that point. Okay, here we go. After this is kind of set, which doesn't take very long at all, as you can see, then I'll start melting this off of you a little bit. And you can see it start shining. And I'm going to hold it over my wide mouth jar here, because I need it to start catching what comes off. And that will seal off, everything I put on here. You probably have some tongs or something to hold it with. That might help it, I don't know. Down there. And try to flip it. I didn't really want to burn my fingers, so I'm just going to flip it down there. If you can see some of what I'm doing anyway. See where I'm going at with it. And I don't know when mine's done, because I know I don't want to see just fakes of wax. That is not what it's about to me. I don't think you'd like to do that. I think you want to see your artwork. Okay. I think if you had a bigger pan, you might be able to catch, you know, this extra wax inside of a different pan. It may be better that way, but I don't have it. And I'm not willing to really go out and invest in it yet. So I'm still checking it all out. But it's kind of fun. It takes more room, though. It's going to be a lot more room to, you know, put other art materials in. Okay. Okay. You got that on there. I don't know about this little guy. Let me see what we can do with it. It used to be coming off really well, actually, but getting really close to my fingers right now. See what I can do. Get it flipped around. Just a few more drips, I think. Have that made. It's really kind of pretty, but it's a different one to hold for sure. See if I got something here. Because the polymer is not cooling off nearly as quickly as what the paper will. So you might try to find something if you're going to do this with polymer with the air dry clay.
Sorry, I don't understand.
And then yeah, you can do that. I definitely took it on this. Let's see what I can do. Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay. What I have to see if I can get that. I don't know if this will allow me to reheat it and stick it. Yes. We can try, can't we? I think it got a little too cooled off on that. It got a little too cooled off. Oh, I love it. It's really cute. Okay, ladies, we got our first coat on here. Now let's see what else we're going to get into with it. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for right now. And we're going to bring this forward. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. Okay, my next embarkment on this is going to be, I need this napkin on here. So, let's see, let me get that down. Here's the deal with putting Mod Podge on. I really don't want this glue to come out there and be shown. So it might leave it white. So be careful if you're going to do this, you know, by how much you're putting on. So tap mine down if I can. Yeah, I think this is looking a lot better with a little piece of, it just looks like a piece of old barn wood to me. That was kind of the effect I was going after for this. I think it's going to be quite pretty. Hold on, man. Or I hope so. There we go. I'm not going to bring a lot of glue out here on the outside of it. A little bit afraid of glue at this point because it can, the wax can turn it white and stay white. And you kind of hurt your whole piece. But I'm going to try it out like this. Hopefully it'll, they're pretty when it gets done. Yeah, so there I've got this little napkin onto here. And this one here should have, and try to glue this little thinking of you on here. And this is going to have more wax on it in case I didn't show you that. And I don't know if this is going to go along with this or not. May not work that way. So you can see. I think it acts like it wants to anyway. Okay. What am I going to use then for glue? Let's find out. Using the island. Okay. There we go. That is looking so cute. I think we might work with that pretty well. see a lot back here. Blue ends. Almost dropped it. Let's see if we can get this one to work. I don't know. Seems like with this glue, once I have opened it once, it's like impossible, no matter how much I clean it, to get it to, sorry about moving you there, to get it to reopen. Let's see if I have anything. But that's probably just me and my glue experiences. So, excuse me, that was unnecessaries again. Let's see if I can get something on here. It just might want to help me. Open this up. Oh, speed. That needs some speed this time. Alright, I forgot about it. Let's see if this will work. I know I could probably do it without the needle, but E6000 can be kind of runny sometimes. I'd rather not take the chance on the artwork, because like I said, if any of your glue shows, it will affect it. Sure enough, on experience. So here we go. Let's see if this works. This isn't major. Oh, come on, you lie. But I'm pretty sure if I just stick with this, as I get it out, somehow or the other, right? I'm sorry guys, it's taking this long to get this stuff out. It's like it's already setting this. I don't know if I like it. Let me try. There, pretty cute. Hopefully it sticks. Keep it on here. This needs to just go in the trash. Finish this. Fingers look too bad moving that on me. Okay. Nice and gooey. Something I don't like. Let's try this out, shall we? Let's get that on there. Oh gosh, get this off. Not my favorite thing to have on me. Everything else coming off. There. I'm going to let this set and dry. And then we'll come back and try to compile the book. And some of these. Anyway. I truly do hope that you learned something out of this. This is how mine are coming out. And yeah, I'd love to see your guys's too. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And I'll be back later on with part 3 on this. Thank you.